In a small village nestled in the heart of Nigeria, surrounded by lush green forests and tall mountains, lived two young lovers, Uju and Obinna. Their village, Umuoma, was known for its strong traditions that has been passed down for generations. These customs guided the people's lives, from the way they farmed the land to how they choose who to marry. But sometimes, love has a way of challenging these ancient beliefs. This is the story of how Uju and Obinna's love was tested by tradition and whether their bond was strong enough to survive. Uju was a beautiful, kind-hearted girl who lived with her parents in a small hut near the village square. She was known for her bright smile and warm nature, and wherever she went, people admired her. She helped her mother in the farm, cooked and fetched water from the stream. Though life in the village was simple, Uju was happy. Obinna, on the other hand, was a young, hard-working farmer. He was tall, strong, and well-respected in the village. He had lost his parents at a young age and had taken on the responsibility of caring for his younger siblings. Despite his challenges, Obinna was full of life and always helped those in need. The whole village spoke highly of him. One fateful day, Uju and Obinna met at the village stream while fetching water. As soon as their eyes met, something sparked between them. It was as if the world had stopped for a moment. They started talking, and before long, they became friends. With time, that friendship blossomed into love. They spent many days together, talking, laughing, and sharing their dreams. They loved each other deeply and wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. But as their love grew, so the challenges they would soon face. In Umuoma village, there was a powerful tradition that guided who could marry whom. A long time ago, it was said that the ancestors had decreed that certain families could not marry each other because of an old conflict. This tradition had been strictly followed for generations. Unfortunately, Obinna and Uju came from two of those families. Uju's family was part of the Nze lineage, while Obinna's family was from the Osu caste. The Nze were seen as the freeborn in the village, while the Osu were historically outcasts. Though they lived like everyone else now, the village elders, led by Chief Okafor, were the keepers of this tradition, and they were strict about ensuring that the rules were followed. When Obinna told his uncle, Nnamdi, that he wanted to marry Uju, Nnamdi's face grew serious. Obinna, you know the rules. You cannot marry her. The village will not allow it. It's our tradition. But I love her, Obinna replied, and she loves me. That may be true, but love is not enough in this village. The elders will never agree. Obinna's heart sank, but he refused to give up. I will speak to Uju. We will find a way. Uju too faced resistance from her parents when she told them about her love for Obinna. Her father, Okeke, was furious. No daughter of mine will marry an Osu. Do you want to bring shame to this family? It is forbidden. Her mother, Adako, was softer, but equally worried. My daughter, I understand that you love Obinna, but you know our custom. The village will never accept this. If you go against them, you will be cast out. Uju was torn between her love for Obinna and her loyalty to her family and the village traditions. But the thought of living without him was unbearable. That night, Uju and Obinna met in secret by the stream. "What are we going to do?" Uju asked, tears filling her eyes. "I don't know," Obinna replied, holding her close. "But I do know that I cannot live without you. We will fight this together." The next day, Obinna boldly approached the village elders. He stood before Chief Okafor and the other leaders with determination in his heart. "I want to marry Uju, and she wants to marry me." The elders exchanged glances before Chief Okafor spoke. "Obinna, you know the rules of our land. Your family and Uju's family cannot be joined in marriage. It is the will of the ancestors." "But times have changed," Obinna argued. "We cannot live by the past forever. Love should matter more than an old feud." Chief Okafor's face hardened. "The rules are the rules. If you choose to go against the tradition, you will be cast out of the village, both of you." Obinna's heart sank, but he was not ready to give up. As news of Uju and Obinna's love spread through the village, some supported them, while others believed they should respect the tradition. Uju's father even threatened to disown her if she continued seeing Obinna. Her mother wept day and night, trying to make Uju understand the consequences of their love. But Uju and Obinna's love only grew stronger. They met in secret under the moonlight, making promises to each other. One night, as they sat by the river, Obinna said, "If the village will not accept our love, we will leave. We will find another place where we can be together without fear." Uju hesitated. "But what about our families? What about the life we know?" "I love you, Uju. That's all that matters to me. Will you run away with me?" Uju looked in his eyes full of love and hope, and she nodded, "Yes, I will." The next morning, Uju and Obinna packed a few belongings and prepared to leave the village. But as they made their way to the edge of Omoma, they were stopped by Chief Okafor and the village elders. "Where do you think you are going?" the chief asked sternly. "We are leaving," Obinna replied boldly. "If you will not allow us to be together here, we will find somewhere that will." The elders were silent for a moment before Chief Okafor sighed. "You are brave, Obinna, but you are also foolish. This world outside is not as kind as you think. There are dangers out there." Obinna stood tall. "We will face them together." Just then, Uju's father arrived, breathless. "Uju, please come home. Don't shame our family." Uju looked at her father with tears in her eyes. "Father, I love you, but I also love Obinna. I cannot live without him." Her father was silent for a moment, then turned to the elders. "Is this tradition more important than my daughter's happiness? Have we become so rigid we cannot see when love is true?" The elders exchanged glances, unsure of how to respond. Chief Okafor, seeing the love in Uju and Obinna's eyes, finally spoke. "Perhaps it is time for a change." The village was shocked. Had the chief just suggested that the ancient tradition could be broken? "I have seen so many things in my life," Chief Okafor continued. "If there is one thing I know, it is that love like this is rare. Maybe we should allow it." The other elders murmured among themselves, but one by one they nodded in agreement. The chief turned to Obinna and Uju. You may marry, but remember, with this decision comes great responsibility. You will be the first to challenge this tradition, and others will look to you. Uju and Obinna, overwhelmed with joy, fell to their knees in gratitude. They were finally free to be together, and the weight of tradition had been lifted. In the days that followed, the village of Umuoma buzzed with excitement. Some were still unsure about the breaking of tradition, but most were happy for Uju and Obinna. Their love had triumphed, and they became a symbol of hope and change in the village. Their wedding day was a grand celebration, filled with music, dancing, and laughter. The entire village came together to witness their union, and even the elders smiled as they watched the couple exchange their vow. As the sun set over the village, Uju and Obinna stood hand in hand, looking out at the horizon. They had faced many challenges, but their love had prevailed. Together, they would build a new life, not just for themselves, but for the future generations in Umuoma, proving that sometimes love is stronger than tradition. And so, the story of Uju and Obinna reminds us that love, when true, can challenge even the strongest of belief. Please, if you have watched up till this moment, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.